Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here. So today I was guided to share with you a couple things before we get into this reading. The first thing is I had a dream last night about 5 baby white seals. And as I was kind of going into the symbolism and understanding what the message was behind it, I was guided to share it with you guys. So there's definitely some messages in here for you as well. So seals in general symbolize transformation, inventiveness, imagination, good fortune, intuitiveness, security and protection, humor, and dreaming. And then we've got the number 5. There were specifically 5 baby white seals, and that is all relevant. So the number 5 is indicative of change, basically. So major change. So when you combine the number 5 with the fact that seals are also a symbol of transformation, there's major transformation taking place at this time. And I'm really tapping into that energy within the collective right now. The past 2 readings I've done, the past 2 collective readings I've done have been about this energy of really being in a cocoon phase and just really transforming and doing major amounts of inner work. And so this is really in line with that. Quick side note, if you see the camera shaking a little bit, that is my cat Zeus, who is rubbing up against the camera. So just a little side note, that's extra confirmation. So I felt guided to say that as well. So that might be confirmation for somebody as well. The other thing is dreaming with seals symbolizes playfulness and an upbeat disposition, being wise when using your power while letting instinct guide you. And so that's really reminding me of the reading I did yesterday. And I think the other one too, where it's about being in the cocoon. It's really, your intuition is really heightened right now. It's really on point. So that again is more confirmation. They are creatures of water and earth because they live predominantly in the water, but they go onto land to give birth. So there's equal elements there. So there's symbolism of water, which is our emotions, and then also of the earth and being grounded. So seals help with balancing the emotions and really grounding into Mother Earth as well. Then they are also a very positive business omen. Then if you dream of more than one, you'll meet more than one person who will help you achieve or exceed a financial or business goal. White seals in particular foretells of a marriage, and it also foretells of a happy family life and good relationships with your parents. It's also a good omen for friendships, and you may have an adventure ahead of you. And so what really stood out to me there is the omen of marriage. There definitely is, I'm picking up on somebody in the collective who is either planning on getting married or will be here very soon. And then the one where it's talking about good relationships with your parents, that really reminded me of the reading I did yesterday where family is an obstacle right now. And so dreaming about seals that night really, to me, showed that for the portion of you where you're being guided to connect with your family, it's going to have a very positive outcome. Okay, so that is it about seals. The other thing that I was guided to do when I was meditating right before this message is to share with you an affirmation. So this book is called Dear Universe. Hopefully you can see it. And it is by Sarah Prout. And so she's really big into manifesting. And this book is 200 mini meditations for instant manifestation. And so what it is it's when you're in different emotions, there's a corresponding affirmation that she gives you for that corresponding emotion. And in the little forward area, it has this 1, 2, 3 thing that I was guided to share with you. So number 1 is rise above fear. Number 2 is embrace love. And number 3 is remember your power. And so that's really something to remember at this time when you're in that cocoon phase, and then when you're also dealing with familial struggles. That's just a great outline on how to navigate that space. And then the emotion that I was guided to read you the affirmation on is unsettled. So out of all of them, that was the one that popped out. So it says, feeling unsettled is the exact opposite of feeling that you're secured in your current reality. You could be living out of a suitcase, couch surfing, living with your parents, dealing with a partner who travels a lot, or you might be traveling. There's an energy of instability. There's the persistent knowing the foundation beneath your reality at the moment is fluid and somewhat transient. It's movable, changeable, and the wind could shift direction at any moment. Remember, the universe is training you to become comfortable with uncertainty. Feeling unsettled is indicative of the energy of change sweeping through your reality. There will come a time when you feel grounded, peaceful, and stable in your situation no matter what you are experiencing. However, you must always hold the awareness in your heart that nothing, meaning no thing, is permanent. You are always safe and settled in the present moment, and in this understanding, you can ask the universe to remind you. So the affirmation is, Dear Universe, reveal to me a sense of stability within the uncertainty. Remind me that the nature of life is transient and that feeling settled is a state of awareness within my soul. So be it, so it is. Okay, so that was for a few of you. And I'm going to put my little notes over here. And now we are going to get into the collective message. All right. Taking a step aside to let Spirit pass through. All right. What does the collective need to know, Spirit? I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're staying rested and taking care of yourself. It's busy season for a lot of us, so take that extra couple minutes when you need to. All right. What does the collective need to know, Spirit? Alrighty. And one more. One more, Spirit. Is that in reverse? Or did it just fly out that way? Okay. So the first card that popped out is creativity. So creativity is in the element of fire. And what it's really speaking about is being creative. And so at this time, you could be feeling very inspired to do something creative, or this is confirmation that you already are in that space. It's connected with the sacral chakra, and the color is orange. And this is really talking about moving through the creative process fully. And oftentimes when we're in the creative process, it's this, it's almost kind of like this weird bell curve kind of thing that can happen, where we start out and we're amped up and we're excited and we're really into it. And then we start creating, and then this doesn't always happen. It can be common though, when you're really like painting or, creating something. If you're writing something, this is like writer's block. So what happens is it gets to this point where it's like half done. And then it looks, sometimes like if you're painting, it looks terrible, or it can look terrible. Or it's one of those, like, this is not coming together the way I envisioned. Writer's block comes up, something like that. Then it's through persistence and pushing through that we get over the hump, so to speak. And then it all comes together. And then we look back. It's common to look back at something you've created and kind of have that energy of like, wow, I did that. So just, that's a little side note for somebody, that if you're in that space where it feels like you're in a creative block, this is your message right now to push through it. You've got, just tap back into that creative energy and pick it back up and move through it, because it will come together. For some of you, if you've been debating on embarking on a creative endeavor of some sort, this is your confirmation that now is the time to do that. The next card that came out is generosity, and that is in the earth element. I don't know if I said this, but fire is our spiritual energy as well. So there could be a spiritual creative endeavor that you're looking at right now, maybe like a very purpose-driven creative pursuit. The generosity card being in earth, that is our physical experience. And so this is really speaking of the full cycle of generosity. So it's about giving and receiving. And sometimes we're on the giving end, sometimes we're on the receiving end. And it's being mindful that it's a balance. And so it's good to be on the giving end, and it's also good to be on the receiving end. And so if you've been in the energy of constantly giving, now's the time to allow yourself to receive. If you've been constantly receiving, now's the time to get more into the giving energy. And then just understand that it's this cycle of being in that giving and receiving energy that is the balance of the generosity energy. And this can also be indicative of somebody if you are in a spot where, money's tight, things like that, resources feel limited, it's about to change. There's generosity coming in. And then this is also a nudge if you've been feeling like you would like to give more, even if that's with your time or your gifts or something like that, to go ahead and allow yourself to do so. All right. So, minor interruption. That's all right. That happens. Oftentimes, everything that happens in a reading is always significant. So, there could be something going on with an interruption when it comes to the generosity cycle that you're experiencing right now. And so that could be confirmation for somebody where maybe you have been getting this intuitive nudge that unexpected income of some sort is coming in, and it's feeling like there's an interruption in it. It's feeling like all the pieces are there, all the signs and the synchronicities have been there, but it hasn't fully manifested yet. And so if that is your story, what I'm picking up right now is to continue to stay in the receptive space, because what often happens is when you're getting those signs and synchronicities and then you're in a receptive space, if it doesn't happen in our human time frame that we have set up, we can actually shift back into more of a divine masculine energy where it's more action oriented, and we're not in that receptive energy anymore. And so we're actually blocking that unexpected generosity from coming in. So that just came through for somebody. So hopefully that's confirmation and just a little nudge and a reminder to continue to stay in that receptive energy at this time, because it is coming. Your blessing's coming. It's on the way. The universe is getting it packaged and proper and beautifully, perfectly put together for you. And your job at this time is to sit back and allow it to come in fully. Alrighty. So the next card that came up is the Strengthen card. So this again is in fire, which is our spiritual energy. This card is really talking about battening down the spiritual hatches, basically. So this is about doing massive inner work and getting ready for the storm, so to speak. And you can see that here with the Bison energy in the middle. Bison turn into the storm instead of running away from it, because it's easier, quicker, and faster that way. They have this innate understanding of, if I turn into the storm, it will pass. But if I run from the storm, I'm going to be running for a very long time, because the storm's coming whether I like it or not. And so this is really symbolic of when you're feeling that energy of like something's coming, especially right now, being so tapped into your intuition and really getting, insights and signs and synchronicities. You're probably tapped into that feeling of something's coming. And don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Don't get into the fear vibration of it. Like when it comes to that, this is just a reminder and a confirmation to continue to do your spiritual work. Continue to keep up on your spiritual hygiene. Ground, cleanse, be very mindful of your energy at this time, and also call in extra help, whether that's from spirit guides, star beings, spirit animals, angels, ancestors, the divine spirit, whatever you work with and whatever you term it. Really call all of your help in at this time, because what I heard was you're going to need it. And I don't want to, I'm hesitant to say it that way, because I don't want to strike fear in any of you. It's mainly just your intuition is picking up on it, and it's nothing you need to be worried about. We encounter storms in life. That's a part of life. That's part of the human experience. And we always learn something. It's always for our highest good when we go through storms in life. And when you're prepping for the storm and you're getting ready for it, and then when it starts to hit and you just move through it, that's the path of least resistance. And so that's really the message here, is to, crystal beings. I didn't mention crystal beings. Crystal beings are really great allies, especially at this time. And so maybe if you've been intuitively guided into obtaining certain crystals or reworking. Maybe you have some crystals that you haven't worked with for a time, and you're being called to work with them again. Something of that nature. Crystal beings is really prevalent here. The geode just popped out at me. So there's definitely something there. And then there's also this little rainbow here. And what that is there's always, after we've got the storm, there's the rainbow. And so it's understanding that after a storm, that's the energy of anything is possible. And so oftentimes when we encounter storms, especially when we're going on this healing spiritual journey, those storms are actually clearing things out and bringing things up to the surface to be released. And so it's nothing to be scared of. It's nothing to be fearful of. It's something to embrace, because it's releasing that which no longer serves. Okay. So the last card that came out here is Strategy in Air, and the air element, which is our mental space. So our thoughts, thinking patterns, ideas, those kinds of things. And it was in reverse. And so what I'm picking up with that, is there a block in strategizing right now? Okay, I'm going to get some more confirmation on this. Basically, what the strategy card is it's about coming up with a strategy. So it's really using your brainstorming energy to come up with a strategy to move through a challenge in life. Or this can also be planning. So if you're starting a business, this can be a call to really put pen to paper and strategize on different things. Doing some of the stuff that isn't quite as fun sometimes. Looking at tax information, looking at employees, paying people, that kind of thing. This is just an example. It can be, if you're looking at buying a house, it can be all of the technical aspects that need to be in place in order to buy a house. Those kinds of things. Being that it was in reverse, there's a block going on somewhere when it comes to strategizing something. So maybe you've been avoiding it. Maybe there's something that you've been putting off and you don't want to put pen to paper with it. And this is just a gentle nudge to say that now is the time to do so. I'm going to get a little more clarity on that. So clarity for strategy, Spirit. Got intuition. So again, intuition comes up. This is in the water element, and so this is our emotions, which we talked about a little bit earlier. Okay, so with this, okay. So with this, thank you, Spirit. What just came out is there's different timelines right now. So this strategy card is going to be different for those of you that are on different timelines. So what this is this is a call to use your intuition. And again, your intuition is on point right now. You're getting clear messages from your intuition. You're getting clear hits when it comes to your intuitive abilities. And so this is really a message to lean into that. And then what this block is when it comes to this strategy card, it will come through and be illuminated. Something that just popped up is automated writing. So maybe for some of you, it will help to do some automated writing where you sit down with a pen and paper, or you can do it like digitally as well. But basically you just start writing, and messages and things like that from your guides will come through. And at first it might feel just kind of weird. Like you're just like, today's a good day and it's sunny or whatever. And then all of a sudden it just starts to flow. And with that, you're going to get some insight and some downloads and some information when you do automated writing. And that will help you with this strategy, and also this strengthen card that came out as well. And I definitely... I'm really picking up automated writing is very recommended right now, because that's the third time that's come up today. So that's, confirmation for sure that automated writing would very much be helpful to come to some clarity and to remove this block around this strategy energy. So, no? Okay. Is there anything else you would like the collective to know at this time when it comes to this? Okay, so for a select few of you, something that just came through is there could be a where there's this interruption feeling, or kind of this, interruption's the best way to put it, where it feels like a blessing's coming through, or it should be coming through, and it's not. It's that kind of energy. What I'm picking up is there may be something that you are being asked to do right now to fully pull this in. And so maybe it's strategizing what you're going to do with this blessing when it comes in. Something of that sort. And again, I'm getting sit with your intuition, meditation, auto writing, journaling, mindfulness, walking, that kind of thing. And that will, if that is your story, that's going to help you to pull this blessing in fully. And so this could be one of those things where the divine is doing 90% of the work and then you need to do 10% of something to fully bring it in. And so that might be part of the message here is there could be something that you're being asked to do when it comes to pulling this blessing fully into the physical realm. And maybe you've been avoiding it or not seeing that there's this 10% portion that you're being asked and called to do at this time. So, yep, that's a message for a portion of you. Okay. Is that it, Spirit? Anything else? And then mountains just came out. So mountains might be significant for somebody. That might be a confirmation. Just to let you know that this is your message. All right. Anything else? Okay, I'm not picking up anything else. So, no. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I am going to go ahead and leave this reading here. If you like this reading, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't yet and you would like to see more messages from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. And if this is resonating for you and you would like to leave me a comment, please feel free to do so. I love interacting with you guys in the comments, and it's good confirmation for me too. And also, I would just like to say thank you for your donations. It really does help out the channel. So thank you so much. And thank you for being here and listening to this message. And I really hope that it helps give some guidance for you. Alrighty. Well, I wish you well, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye.